Hey everybody, it's Laura with Jot and Tittle Vintage Typewriters. Welcome to today's tutorial video. We're going to take a look at a 1955 Olivetti Lettera 22, and it's been a couple years since I've done a tutorial on this, so it's time to update it. Plus, normally the Lettera is in, that teal color. This one is brown. This is the first brown one I have seen. And this one types like you would not believe. I love Olivetti's anyway, but this one is in my top 3 best typewriters I've typed on. The flow on this, the feel, the bounce back was just fantastic. And obviously, through video it's hard to explain that to you, but this is an excellent option for those of you who want more of a modern look and you're an active writer. And bonus on this, these come in zipper cases with handles. They have a low profile, as you can see. As I was mentioning, low profile, I got interrupted there, sorry about that. So they're great for travel. It's fairly lightweight, not as lightweight as others, but this is still good as an ultra portable travel typewriter, but it has the stellar performance and flow of a regular portable or regular sized vintage typewriter. So this, if you can find a Lettera 22, they're getting a little bit pricier when you do find them out on the market, but if you can afford it, grab them, because these are excellent writing companions for you. So the rest of the video, I am here, let me just give you a look of the typing sheet, and then I'm just going to do a tutorial to show you how to use this typewriter. You guys love to look at the typing samples. So there's the type sample. This is a new ribbon, so you can see it kind of is a little bit gloppy right there. That will go away as the ribbon is used a little bit. But this particular Lettera has a small font. This is a 12 CPI on this. So this is actually good for writers because you get more words per page. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started on the tutorial part of this. All right, so I'm going to start from the back. But anyway, I'm going to lift this up again and just show you. This one is made in Italy. This is Ivrea, and there are some other places where the Lettera is manufactured. So you just look on the back to see where yours is manufactured from. Like I said, they come in zipper cases with a handle. It's a soft-sided case. When you set your margins, you're going to press these little levers down and just slide them, okay? To move the carriage, and this is your carriage right here, you just press down. Here's your bell. And if you're new to typewriters, when you press down your carriage, it should pull to the left. If it doesn't pull, if your carriage is loose, that means your drawband is broken. You're going to need a professional typewriter repair person. So this lever here is also to move the carriage. So you got one on each side. It doesn't matter which one you use. Over here on the right side, this is your paper release. And what that does is when you put in your paper, just put it against the paper plate right here and behind the ruler, which is also called the platen. Turn the handle, that'll pull it right through. It should be nice and even, which it is, but if it's not, then you just pull this paper release forward. You can adjust it where you want it and then re-engage. This is your paper bail. Make sure the paper goes underneath it and then lands and sits on top of it. Also, be sure to use either 2 to 3 pieces of paper or backing paper. We have backing paper on our website that I've designed, so you can find that at jotandtittlevintagetypewriters.com, or I'm sorry, just jotandtittletypewriters.com. And you can find our paper there. Also, over here on the left side is your line selector. So right now is on nothing. Oops, this should be single. That's double or triple. I'm having a hard time with here we go. Here's 2. Nope. 2, 3. Okay. 2 and 3 are really close to each other. And then all the way to the top is kind of just locks it so you don't, it doesn't advance at all. Now, when you're getting ready to put this in the case, make sure you take your handle and fold it back like that, okay? So it should be nice and flush against the carriage, and then when you're ready to use it, pull it out, and there you go. And then make sure you engage your line selector. Also, there is a carriage lock all the way over here on the left. I'm gonna hold this up for you. Here's your carriage lock. So what you do is you wanna get your carriage centered and then press that. Oops, hold on. They don't always line up. There we go. And now it's locked. And then to unlock it, you just pop it up and it releases. Okay. I'm going to keep this carriage over to the left, and we're going to look underneath the hood here. So you want to take this cover off. You just put your hand right here and pull up. Okay. So I had to pull really hard on this particular one. Normally they are not that hard, but this one is. So just to let you know, you just put your hand here and pull hard. We had to like pry this one open. So inside you will see spools. This one has the original spools. Now these, I'm not sure that you can put a universal ribbon in it, but if you have a Lettera 22 and you have the original spools, but you need fresh ribbon, we have an option on our website for custom ribbons, and you can just send us one of your spools. We'll wrap fresh ribbon on it and then send it back to you. Okay, so to remove your spools, you have these little screw-on caps. So you just unscrew it, and then you can pull the spool off. And I don't want to, because Rob has already got this threaded, and I don't want to mess it up. And I will say threading ribbon is messy. If you want to see some tutorial videos on how to change out ribbons on a vintage typewriter, we do have a playlist on that. And even if your particular model and make isn't on there, watch a few of those and it'll give you a really good idea of just kind of how to thread the ribbon. Now, when you do put it on here, make sure the ribbon goes over these this area here and across through the vibrator, again, over and around the top and the back and underneath. So the ribbon goes this way, over, back, underneath, over, back, underneath. And then when you screw the cap on, you don't want to screw it on too tight, because if you do, then the spool won't turn. But you don't want it too loose, because then the cap will come off while you're typing. So there's just, you'll have to kind of experiment a little bit and get the right tension. But again, not too tight, not too loose. Screw-on caps are my least favorite of the spools, but anyway, that's how that works. So this is your vibrator. This is your typing basket. I'm going to lift this up so you can see how he has that threaded through the vibrator. And if you need to pause or take a screenshot or something like that, then you can do that. Sorry for all the noise in the background. Everybody is home and making noises today. So, okay, and we're just gonna put the cover back on and snap it down. And you want it snapped down so it's even, and because if you leave it just a little bit up, it's not going. There's a possibility your return handle will hit that. So that's why a lot of vintage typewriters have scratches and chips right here, is because the cover isn't all the way down. All right, so that's the cover, and then we're gonna come down here to the keypad here. And even though it is not marked, this one is a margin release. I believe this one is a tab set. We'll double check here in a second. Here's your backspace. This is your tab. So yeah, this is going to be your tab set. And to clear it, just hold it down or up. Let's see which way. Yep, so just hold it up. While you're holding it up, you move the carriage and then you release it. So let's go ahead and set a tab. I'm gonna space over, press down to set. Let's go back and test it out. There it is. If it's just a single one, like right here, I can press up. That should clear it. Let's see, it did. And sometimes when you get a vintage typewriter, there's a whole bunch of tabs set. So we're gonna do that. We'll set a tab, oops, here, 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 okay? So tab, tab, tab. And if you wanna clear all of them at once, we're gonna do like I did a few minutes ago. You hold this up like that. You move your carriage back and forth. And then it's clear. So that's how you clear your tabs. Again, backspace. Backspace does not erase, it just types over your mistakes. You will make mistakes. So I just tell people to learn to embrace your mistakes. Typing is it's really good for patience, and it's a really humbling experience. And then you have got your shift lock right here, and then to release your shift lock, you just press that down and release. And then we're going to test the margin. So I've set the margins. One is here, one is here. I am going to bring this in just a little bit more. And so your bell will go off where you have your margin set. And so we're going to type. There's my bell telling me that I need to hit my return handle, but I'm going to keep typing. Okay, now it's stopped on me. So I want to finish my word. I'm going to hit margin release, finish my word, and then I can go to the next line and keep going. So that is how you use a Lettera 22. I hope you found this helpful. And if you have questions, leave comments below. Please note, it does take me several weeks to read through them, but I will get back to you as soon as I can. And just to let you know, repair questions, that's my husband's thing. So we don't answer repair questions, but if you need repair service and you are near Springfield or Branson, Missouri, we can take care of you. All right, thanks so much for watching, and I am just going to type our way out.